Thank you, Mariana. And Beth, it's great to welcome you to Envision. I hope things are going well with you and your family and everybody at Land O'Lakes.
It's going well. We're having a good start to the year. That's terrific. Farmers are having a great start. A lot of positive signals. And for me, I'm having a good time with my family, although, a year and a half with my 16 and a half-year-old sons, they're working on their driver's license. So I'm not sure how well that's actually going, Andrew.
Oh, I wish you well with that. I can tell you work with cows because of your background, and perhaps a little bit more of that later. But what did it first? I was reading about you in the New York Times. That's exciting in its own right. Background growing up in Iowa. You're CEO of a major farming cooperative. And we're talking growth mindset. It's Pride Month. You and I are part of the LGBTQI community. What does growth mindset mean to you, both through your career and now as a major CEO?
Well, growth mindset is about, I've been listening to your sessions. It is about resilience and taking the opportunity to learn from mistakes. So how do you build resilience? Well, you have a lot of failures, right? And then you understand how you can pivot and grow. One of the things that I think is most important for my experience as I've gotten older and I've had more experience in different industries and in this particular business is understanding how critical relationships are. Some of the most important decisions you make are the decisions you make in your life for your relationships, your partner, but also the relationships that are critical in business. One of the things I tell our interns every year, and they ask me, what should I learn? And I say the thing that, you're smart, you'll learn the business. So that's not the issue. What you need to do is invest in relationships. Relationships are the key accelerator to a career. If you have the appropriate level of humility, you will understand decisions or questions you can ask others that will help improve your knowledge and help improve their success. And then to recognize that success isn't all about you, actually. It's about enabling others' success. And that builds a virtuous circle, a community that allows you to elevate and get good results for everybody.
Indeed, in that community, the world we live in, the changing world, how has growth mindset driven you over the stages of your career, and perhaps outside of work as well?
I think now in my 50s, my experience, I'm a different person than I was when I was in my 20s and 30s and 40s. I continue to learn. You hope you continue to learn. I try to take lessons from my mother, who I now consider to be one of the best role models for me, about her intentionality, raising 8 of us. Ask for what you want. I'm not a mind reader. Make sure you're showing up every day in a positive way. And I think that that's translated. One of the most important things now, and especially since this is Gay Pride Month, and I'm excited about that, is we continue to encourage our employees, and certainly I would say myself, to show up as their authentic self every day, to do your best work, to be your best self. That's the most important thing. We don't want you to be anybody different. And I always think when we hire somebody, we hire the full person, their partners, their spouse, their families, all of their issues. And so when you're investing like that, when you're thinking of their lives, their communities, the business in a broader way, not just what is their functional expertise, that's not terribly interesting. It's more, who is this individual we're hiring? Who is this person? How can they be part of the culture? That, to me, builds a growth mindset, a resilience in a business and in a family.
And as we navigate through and ultimately out of the pandemic, this sense of the role of leadership, this sense of the role of technology, and this sense of the fact that businesses have to transform and continuously retransform. Could you give us a little bit of a lens into Land O'Lakes? You must have one massive supply chain.
We do. We start with the farmer. We are farmer owned. This is our 100th anniversary. And, you could sit there and say, this is one of the oldest professions, farmers. Farmers constantly are investing in themselves. We have kind of a reverse ownership model. So our local retailers in rural areas are also owners of the Land O'Lakes enterprise. So when I think about coming out of the pandemic and then what about growth, there are challenges, and I so appreciate the partnership of Microsoft in seeing this more broadly. It's not necessarily about the business. I constantly think these are folks raising families like all of us are, and we need to have access to technology. One of the greatest accelerants in our lifetime, in anybody's lifetime. Think about the Rural Electric Initiative and when electricity was made available to everybody. Think about mail delivery. This should be a right. And technology is a major accelerant, and it will be for farming, yes, but more importantly, as a stabilization mechanism for the communities more broadly in which farming and agriculture is present. So that's the way we're thinking of it and thinking of the investment. It's hard to be a great farmer if you're having to worry about whether your kid is going to school or whether you have access to health care or whether you have fresh food. You know, some of the 78% of the counties in America that are food insecure are in rural America. So we're thinking of growth and tying it to technology. I'm so grateful for Microsoft's partnership in helping us build technology enablement in these communities through broadband initiatives.
We're exciting to be working with you on it as well. Now, listening to a CEO that's talking about authenticity and family and bringing your entire community to work, that's been really definitive of the period of time we've been in right now. But moving forward, how will your role continuing to evolve? Where do you see the role of CEO going next as we move out of the pandemic?
Well, the role of the CEO has changed. I'm sure. I know I've been a CEO for 3 years, so I don't know what it was like 10 years ago. I think there was a different expectation. I think the most important thing is to be authentic and in caring about your employees first, caring about those issues, because I do believe that if you have a team, if you have a business that is built on a foundation that is tied to, we've said resilience, but tied to growth, but tied to their needs, then you can have success. During this pandemic, we tried to lead with their safety, their security, investing in their issues. We had hotlines. We tried to provide additional wages, time off, all of those things. As we're moving forward, it's going to be a different kind of work environment for all of us. And we have to continue to stay attached to our employees, their needs, the sensitivities that they have. And, we learned a number of things during this pandemic about how effective we could be when we trusted each other, when we were more able to make quick decisions, and at the same time allowed for some space for some individual to address their own personal needs. So I think that that's what my priority is going to be, technology enablement, something broader, the impact the business can have in communities, and then really a focus on our employees and on our members.
And Beth, we will continue to learn. Thank you for all you're doing. Thank you for what Land O'Lakes is doing. I hope you and everyone there stay safe and well. On behalf of everyone at Avanade, Accenture and Microsoft, thanks for joining us today. Beth Ford.